We are expecting fireworks. Without doubt, the biggest thing to happen to darts ever. Will there be a new name on a World Series trophy? He's showing his class. Too good! Magnificent. History will be made.
Welcome back to the 2018 Melbourne Darts Masters. So 4 about to become 3, which will become 2, and then 1 at the end of the evening. Let's get the evening started. John McDonald to bring out the players for the first semi-final.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us here at the semi-final stages of the Melbourne Darts Masters. That's coming to you from the incredible city of Melbourne, Australia! Brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, all part of the World Series. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the millions of viewers joining us around the world, it's time to meet the semi-finalists. Would you please welcome from St Helens, England, the reigning Shanghai Masters champion, the Premier League finalist, and the former World Youth champion, that is, the bully boy, Michael Smith! Ladies and gentlemen, from Scotland, the UK Open and World Match Play champion, the winner of the US Darts Masters, ladies and gentlemen, a 2-time Premier League champion and the former 2-time back-to-back champion of the world, the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
The 2 winners on the World Series circuit this year so far. Anderson back in July, a week later. Smith in Shanghai. Anderson in the US, who's going to be a chance of winning it down here in Melbourne for the second year after Phil Taylor won last year. Anderson has won in Perth, mentioned before. He's the only one to win in Australia. Actually, Michael Van Gerwen's won in Perth as well. No doubt he'll remind us all of that a bit later on. But let's get to this first semi-final. It's a very good evening to Mark Bosnich and Stuart Pike.
Hello, Adam. Thank you very much. Yes, great mates as well, Gary Anderson and Michael Smith. There's been a lot of banter going on all day here in Melbourne. Michael Smith coming to the venue early. Gary Anderson winding him up because he was coming to the venue too early. And Anderson arriving at the venue just an hour before. A lot of banter. They travelled together, and in the early days, Gary Anderson sponsored Michael Smith, helped him set him up so he could play on the tour.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The last time they met, Smith won in the Premier League semi-finals.
Wow.
But here we go, Anderson against Smith for a place in the Melbourne final.
83.
Good evening, everybody from around the world, and good evening to you, Stuart. How are you?
Yes, all good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Got two key semi-finals coming up. Michael Smith and what was arguably the greatest game that we've seen in Australia since you've been coming down there for the last 5 years, prevailing over Rob Cross.
Yeah. 9-6 down, Michael Smith, and won 10-9. Finishes of 120, 107, 99 and 122.
Unbelievable.
It really was.
And of course, Gary Anderson over Damon Hector, I thought done very well.
Yeah, Anderson beating the Aussie qualifier Damon Hector, 10-7. It was a bit like wading through mud. There is Hector, a bit like wading through mud for Anderson. He lost focus a little bit throughout, but he got the job done. Well, is it another big finish? But this time, start the match. Could well be.
There he goes.
Well, Darter.
Must be feeling invincible after that comeback last night. Was it 9-6 down, I think it was?
Yeah, that's right. 4 consecutive legs. But Anderson there on a finish. And Smith taking out the 106 for the 12 darter. But yeah, they'll be down to business. To say they won't like losing to each other. Smith winning that Premier League semi-final at the O2 Arena in London back in May, very much against the odds.
One thing's for certain, there will be a new name on the trophy. Phil Taylor obviously winning it last year. Phil's pretty much won everywhere on the East Coast, with the exception of Perth. I think Michael Van Gerwen won in Perth.
96.
Yeah, Gary Anderson winning in Perth in 2017, beating Raymond van Barneveld in the final.
Gary Anderson, there you go.
85.
I just wonder whether that's Gary Anderson there was looking fairly good to hold his throw. It was a cracking opening leg, but that was brilliant from Michael Smith. In effect, you know, that's 5 big finishes on the trot when you consider what he did in the match against Cross.
135.
Anderson on a 2-dart finish in the last leg and didn't get a dart and a double. He's left topped in this leg and hasn't got a dart and a double.
Smith is off to a flyer, continuing that form that we saw from him last night.
74.
Smith averaging 107. Early days, I know.
And listen, Stuart, I had a phone call from somebody this afternoon to say that they saw you at the rugby league game, Melbourne Storm versus Cronulla Sharks. Is that correct? Oh, look at that. He's absolutely flying.
Can't put a foot wrong. He literally is carrying on where he left off after that comeback win over Rob Cross. This is sensational from Smith. Yeah, just over the road at Amy Park. Melbourne against Cronulla, cracking game. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyable. And then we've got
and the Sharks won again. They got a great record there.
Yeah.
60.
And then next week we've got Brisbane against South Sydney at Suncorp Stadium. So
what trip this is for you, eh? Everything you want.
100.
a little bit more. Gary Anderson here just needs to get a foothold in this game.
54.
He left 52 in the opening leg, did get a dart. Oh, he's recovered.
58.
This for 3-0 and a double break of throw.
What a start.
Big dart.
There it
Straight
is.
down.
Michael Smith.
Well,
Full flag, Michael to throw
they can make fun of him all they
first.
want for coming in early, but he's 3-0 up within 10 minutes.
Well, they're travel partners as well. They really are good friends, Boz, and Michael Smith here is just absolutely firing on all cylinders. I actually flew over with them from Manchester via Dubai and Brisbane to Auckland, and it was a laugh a minute. Mainly Michael Smith's expense, I have to say, but at the moment he could be having the last laugh against Gary
Looking
Anderson.
that way, I can remember him coming to Sydney for the first time, very young, and doing. I did interview with him, his first interview that he did. Very nervous, completely different now, completely understandable.
Yeah.
That last night must have given him so much confidence. Look at that. That is absolutely superb.
112 average for Michael Smith. For 4-0.
36.
Well, he'll return. The US Masters champion against the Shanghai Masters champion. But again, for yet another leg, it looks like being too little too late for Anderson. Oh, now then. Now then, is that the big mistake? He's had 4 darts for 4-0. But...
Double 10 for 4-0. There we go.
Gary Anderson only has himself to blame. Missed 1 dart at double 16 to get on the board in the 3rd leg. Just missed 3 darts at tops. But Michael Smith missed 4 darts for 4-0. And we wondered, didn't we, that it might all change. But Anderson blowing his chances as well. We know Anderson is very capable of a comeback.
58.
He'll have to start now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Can't see him coming back if he goes 5-0 down.
131.
Michael Smith in the zone.
131.
I mean, the pace is perfect for both of them. We talked about the way that Anderson struggled against the slow player Damon Heta. Michael Smith is relentless.
92.
Absolutely relentless. Well, he went for the treble to leave double 10.
60. Gary require 86.
Gotta go. Got to go, Gary. Double 7.
72. Michael will require 40.
Oh.
20. Gary require 14.
Anderson must have this.
There
you go.
Michael Smith.
So important, I think, that he got that one, Stuart.
Well,
I
absolutely.
really can't believe that he would have come back from 5-0 down.
And a right smile from both there, Boz, because Michael Smith knows he should have been 5-0 up. Harry Anderson knows he's lucky to get a leg on the board, but he is on the board. Now, what can he do leading up to the break?
83.
Not enough. Michael Smith, you know, was stung by the defeat in Auckland when he lost to Mark McGrath in the opening round.
93.
He said that. He said it was.
Well, it hurts. I mean, there was a lot. I talk about the banter that goes on between darts players, and there is. You can imagine, can't you?
Yeah,
He
would have copped it big time.
in all the dressing rooms that you played in. He did. He copped it big time from all his so-called darting mates.
Oh, another one.
78. Michael require 50.
Ruthless and relentless, Michael Smith.
Game started a 6 leg. Michael Smith.
One more leg to the break. 5-1 to Smith. Looking awesome at the moment.
100.
These are the sort of darts that he produced on his way to winning the tournament in Shanghai. He took Michael van Gerwen apart and then did the same to Rob Cross in the final.
Come on, Gary! 123.
At the moment, slim pickings for the Scot.
125.
Believe you me,
140.
the loser of this will be...
Up until Brisbane. They might meet each other again. Here we go again.
Will be few.
There's number 5. 5-1 in 6 legs for Michael Smith.
92. Michael require 111.
Fabulous.
chance to go onto the break, 6-1 up.
Yep, they've got a chance. They've got tops.
81. Gary Maguire, 46.
Oh, that's important. So important.
And it is. Gary Anderson stays in the hunt. He's got some work to do for sure. Michael Smith is 1 dart, 6-1. But Gary Anderson still in the business, still in the mix, but only just. Smith leads the semi-final 5-2. Well, terrific standard semi-finals and the final here in one magical Melbourne night. Michael Smith carrying him where he left off after winning those last 4 legs to beat Rob Cross in the quarterfinals, and some great numbers. Gary Anderson yet to hit a 180, and he really is hanging on in there. They are best of friends for sure. But for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, stand by, because we will see some more cracking darts. Can Anderson find a way back? Well, the bragging rights go to Michael Smith once more.
Michael Smith has only 2 of the last 11 legs that he's competed in. This is terrific. It's just the start he was looking for. You know, he's got a nice little buffer over Anderson here.
96.
Both of these players, particularly Smith, can be up and down. He was very down in Auckland.
57.
The simple
challenge.
truth at the moment is that, often you hear this, Gary Anderson isn't matching Michael Smith on the scoring stakes.
That power scoring is not quite there yet from Anderson, is it? Surprising.
No trouble with Michael Smith though. Now that makes a difference. Fantastic from Anderson.
No finish now for Smith.
64. Gary Maguire, 94.
Let off for Smith.
And he may punish Anderson here, and that's what he's done all match, where he went for tops.
45.
Rather wasted the chance. Anderson can't waste this one.
Well, it was a big last start from Anderson. He's had a few goes at the double 20s, hasn't he, Stuart? He's now got 2 of them. He's missed, I think, 5 now.
That's the first break of throw for Gary Anderson in this semi-final.
17.
This is what makes the semi-finals so fascinating. They're both real momentum type players.
140.
Oh, 100 may not be enough. Michael Smith 102 average, Anderson 96, but Smith is finding that treble like an absolute magnet. Had to switch, one of the darts was loose.
135.
Anderson's just starting to heat up now.
Well, he had to.
60.
The feeling Anderson is far from done in this match.
100.
Michael Van Gerwen against Peter Wright to come.
58. Gary require 88.
There's the ball.
54.
These are the chances that Smith's been taken out. These are the chances that he took out to beat Rob Cross.
54. Gary require 30.
Straight for it.
He's rating it now, isn't he, Anderson?
3 consecutive legs for Anderson. And don't forget Smith a dart at tops to go 6-1 up.
Yes, that could be quite critical
91.
in the wash-up of this match. Smith still has a break, though. And he knows his level in this match is
82.
catching up and catching up fast.
One round 40. One round 40. Michael required 170.
And another.
One round 34.
Even though Anderson's way back, I'm sure Smith would have gone for it absolutely against his big mate.
87.
Good recovery this from Smith. 13 darter. There it is.
Very nice there from Smith. Needed to stop the slide, and he's done so very nicely there.
96.
He just looks a bit more comfortable here in Melbourne, doesn't he? Look edgy, but not himself in Auckland last week, Stuart.
Still yet to hit a maximum, Anderson.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, 5 180s for Michael Smith. Make that 6. 69 180s for the tournament.
100.
Fantastic. He's left tops after 9.
One round 40. Michael required 40.
Oh, wow.
Gary requires 68.
Brilliant dance from Smith. Might not be rewarded. Double 12, and he's missed
44.
Anderson again.
Oh, that's a let off.
That's what you have to do when Anderson gives you an opportunity. You have to take it. And Smith fakes Anderson's throw. Gives himself some much needed breathing space.
83.
Hasn't got the consistency so far, Gary Anderson. Now everything going to plan for Michael Smith. What a boost it would be for him after that shock first round defeat in New Zealand to reach the final here in Melbourne. He's 4 legs away. 102 the Smith average, only 95 for Gary Anderson.
95.
It just hasn't been enough consistently throughout the game. Not good enough to touch Michael Smith
58.
with the big scores.
Doesn't give you the impression it's going to improve anytime soon. Although here we go. Finally, Gary Anderson gets maximum. It's taken him 12th leg to get there.
But look at this!
1 round 40. Gary requires 71.
Double 10 has to get it. Has to get it. Well, you feel that could be it.
Michael requires 20.
Smith has enjoyed the double 10. He enjoys it again.
You miss, I hit. Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you very, very much.
125.
8-4 could easily be 6 apiece. You just had the feeling throughout the game, haven't you, that Smith been on top, that he's dominated, that he's been in the box seat, and so it's proved to be.
134.
It'll take a huge Anderson comeback from here.
He's got the ability, we know that.
140.
We've seen it from Van Gerwen in this tournament, but it doesn't feel like, it doesn't give you the impression he's going to flick the switch in this match.
$75. Gary requires 145.
Just 4 out of 15 on the double for Gary Anderson.
Game shot number 10.
Squeezed in.
Gary Anderson, 14th leg, Michael.
Those double attempts, Stuart, 5 from 18 for Anderson in this match. 28%.
100.
Smith hasn't actually set the world on fire in that statistical category either, but
16.
the heavy scoring he's been able to do consistently through this match has really helped him.
Back going against Peter Wright. Again, I think it's the 58th meeting between Van Gerwen and Peter Wright.
83.
Probably they clash more than any other duo. Not surprising when you consider they're the world number 1 and world number 2.
57.
Smith's spectacular start, a 4-0 lead. And it looks like it could be crucial. 7th 180 will help.
Here's another one.
Michael Smith, 15th leg,
Smith doing the business.
58.
Not a lot bothers Gary Anderson. And he's one of these players that he really does. He loses and he moves on to the next one. But I'll tell you what, this will bother him. He will not be happy. One little drop.
97.
Because he knows he hasn't played to
57.
his optimum. He really hasn't.
100.
But Smith here, still averaging 102. And that's very impressive over 15 legs of darts. He's been above the 100 mark throughout. And that's a key stat. You know, he's hit double the amount of 140s to Gary Anderson.
60. Michael require 164.
Well, this to cap it. Oh!
80.
Hard luck there for Smith.
140.
Maybe too little, too late. That's to go within 1 leg of victory. Double 11. Fantastic, Michael Smith. Too good on the night.
Throw in the 14 140s he's got to the 8 that Anderson has, and his 7 180s to 2. It's all smiles from Michael Smith. Might not be showing it on the outside, but he's... Yeah, see him just touching his head here. He's smiling on the inside, no doubt about it. Awesome.
Exceptional, it really is for Michael Smith, exceptional.
Michael Smith could liquefy a block of ice by instantly touching it with his pinky finger right now. Stuart, he's so hot.
77.
Yeah, just to leave 164. Well, he's been in total control, hasn't he? Hasn't really let Anderson into this match.
64.
Can he finish with a frush? He needed 2 treble 19s, not quite.
79. Gary require 81.
To stay it then. Double 13.
55.
Well, that dart really summing up Gary Anderson's night. Tops to win it. Double 10.
75. Gary require 26.
Oh, word, the radar is way off.
Not happy at all.
Malfunctioning big time.
And there it is. Michael Smith beats Gary Anderson. Anderson with the shake of the hand and the smile, but I can tell you, he will be fuming. Michael Smith will be absolutely delighted. He's outplayed his big mate. He's fully deserved to go through to the final in Melbourne. That was another fabulous display from Michael Smith. He's beaten the world champion and he's beaten the world match play champion, and he'll take on either Michael van Gerwen or Peter Wright in Melbourne final.
Well, that was a bit quick and that was a bit brutal from Michael Smith in the first semi-final against Gary Anderson. Youth prevails in that one. A magnificent performance from Smith. He's through to his second World Series final of the year after winning in Shanghai, and it was a dominant performance in the final in Shanghai. He's given himself the opportunity to do it again here at the Melbourne Darts Masters. Having a look at the stats from our first semi-final. Rod Harrington, what stands out there for you?
Well, obviously over the 100 average, which is an extreme good game, but the 8 180s, 14 140s, he just outscored Gary. But what he did, the last 4 legs he played against Rob Kloss last night was absolutely brilliant. He's carried that form straight in from the very first leg. He got in front of Gary Anderson and then just didn't let him back in the game.
Well, let's hear from the winner right now with Paul Gow.
Mate, that was a dominating performance.
Gary let me from some legs and I was letting him off in some of the others, but no, I'm glad to get the win. I feel gutted for Gary because obviously we were best mates, but one of us had to win and I'm just glad it was me.
What was the mindset? You know, it's tough to play against your mates, but you had to get a job done.
I'm fed up of losing, and every time I played Gary in the past I've showed too much respect. After the game I'm really sorry, but during the game I wanted to beat him just the same as he wanted to beat me as well. But yeah, I think learning not to respect players when I'm playing them is the biggest thing I've learned.
And what did you like the most about the performance?
My 180s were going today, doubles the same as yesterday, pretty rubbish. Well, if I could put it all into one I'd be pretty happy then.
And your boy at home, he'd be pretty happy with that performance?
Yeah, he's at home, so he'll be watching that match now, so at least he can watch live and not on YouTube. So yeah, he'll like it.
Great performance.
Thank you, cheers to.
Thanks, mate.
Bit of time to think and chill out if that's possible back there for Michael Smith. 11-5 over Gary Anderson, and we're